Chris sat alone in the back corner of an empty classroom. The soft hum of the ceiling fan his only company. His hands rested on a blank notebook, the faint lines on the page waiting for words that never came. His shoulders sagged under the weight of invisible struggles, and his eyes, fixed on nothing in particular, held the kind of tiredness that went beyond sleep. For months, Chris had fought a losing battle with himself, a battle against the whispers in his mind, telling him he wasn't smart enough, wasn't good enough, and didn't belong. School had become a daily reminder of his failures, a place where he felt smaller with every wrong answer, every red mark on his assignments. He had tried once to keep up with the others, but trying only seemed to lead to more disappointment. At home, things weren't much better. His mom worked long hours, juggling 2 jobs to keep the lights on and food on the table. Chris admired her strength, but it left little time for homework help or heart-to-heart talks. He often wondered if she even noticed how quiet he had become. Then there was the world outside the classroom, the cruel comments from classmates, the knowing smirks when he stumbled over a word or struggled with a simple equation. It was easier to retreat into silence than to risk humiliation again. So that's what Chris did. He stopped raising his hand. He stopped trying. He stopped believing in himself. As he sat there now, his fingers idly traced the edge of the notebook. Maybe it was time to give up entirely. Maybe the world had already decided his future for him. But what Chris didn't know, what he couldn't possibly imagine in that moment, was that his story wasn't over. Not yet. There was someone who had been watching from the sidelines. Someone who saw not a failing student, but a young mind full of untapped potential. Someone who refused to let Chris fade into the background. This wasn't just another day for Chris. This was the day that would change everything. Sometimes, all it takes is one person to see what the rest of the world misses. One voice to break through the silence. One moment to spark a second chance. And Chris was about to meet the teacher who would show him that giving up wasn't the answer. It was only the beginning of something extraordinary.